And this exhibition, which is called the Unfurlings, is a development from a research project facilitated by the University of Exeter, which is called IDEAL, which is improving dementia experience and enhancing active living. And I was appointed as the artist in residence for this to look at perhaps engaging people who are living with dementia, but also to look at a new way of the representation of people living with dementia. And this Banners project came out of working with a group in York who were activists campaigning for better facilities on public transport, and they were having very little response. So I said to them, well, why don't we just make a great big banner and unfurl it at York Station during rush hour and see what sort of response we would get. This one here, which is the Right to a Grand Day Out, is the first banner we've produced, which is for the Yorkshire Deep group, which comprises of 3 groups, York, Scarborough and Bradford, who were very concerned about the poor facilities on public transport. So we decided to do this big banner, which was unfurled on York Station with a brass band, with Ian McMillan reading some poems. But it's based on a traditional trade union banner. So there's the centre motif, but these things at the side, which are called embellishments, are always sort of quite highly symbolic. So on this one, it represents the motorway and the rail network. And as you can see, it's quite easy to actually navigate from A to B. In the corners, we have 4 icons of Yorkshire culture, which are Yorkshire puddings, Yorkshire beer, Yorkshire ice cream, of course Yorkshire tea. And the centre image was voted by the group as one of the nicest and most popular places to go to in Yorkshire, which is the fishing village of Staithes. This image is taken from a 1962 British Rail poster, which was extolling the advantages of travelling by British Rail. The irony of it is you can't go by British Rail to Staithes anymore because they tore the railway track up in 1967, which we thought was quite a subversive touch.
We were contacted by Ian Beesley to see if we might be interested in being part of this project, working on creating a banner for Preston and exhibiting them at the Harris. And we were interested in being involved straight away. By coincidence, we'd already been talking to the Alzheimer's Society and working with their focus on dementia action group, because they were doing being like a critical friend of the Harris and looking around to see if there's ways that we could make our building more dementia friendly.
Other dementia groups said that they had certain issues that they wanted to campaign for, and they'd like to produce a banner. So in the last 2 years we've produced 16 banners which cover a multitude of issues such as public transport, language, the use of automatic tilling machines, community, active living, etc. And it's proved to be a very popular and hopefully has some sort of effect.
So you can see in the banner, Ian really has reflected what the people with dementia wanted. And for them as a group, you know, it just, when you have a diagnosis, you can sometimes feel that, you know, you're a bit useless and you're not needed anymore, and how am I going to contribute to society? And I think doing something like this allows people to feel, has helped people feel valued.
We work very closely with the groups, people who with dementia, but also the carers, the friends, the support network. And I'm the lead artist, but I work with a number of other artists, Ian McMillan the poet, Tony Husband the cartoonist, Martin Hall who's a designer, and these 3 or 4 other illustrators that we pull in when we need them. But each banner we discuss with the group what sort of issues they're interested in and what they would like to, you know, bring to a wider public audience, the things that they are particularly worried about.
I'm Tony Husband, cartoonist, work with Private Eye and lots of other magazines. I've been working also a lot with dementia since my little book Take Care Son came out. I met up with Ian McMillan and Ian Beesley, and Ian Beesley was working with Exeter University on some dementia projects, and he asked me to get involved along with Ian McMillan. I did, and basically it's been a hell of a ride. It's been so amazing, so proud. I basically supplied the cartoons for the corners of the banners, some of the centre parts, and it's just been all over the country, from Exeter up to, up to here, Preston and Oldham, all over the place, Yorkshire and Leeds. It's been an amazing project, working with some fabulous people.
So this is the positive side, and the one here that's black is the negative side, which shows all the things that are wrong with public transport. So the rail network, which is the embellishments, the confusing, you can't get from A to B. The four corners represent difficult parking, overcrowded buses, filthy trains, congestion. So there's some of the problems. And one of the bigger problems a lot of people have living with dementia is trying to read timetables, which can often be very confusing, and particularly if they have a change suddenly on a train time and they have to try and work it all out. And this has actually had some impact because Northern Rail and the local buses in sort of some areas of West Yorkshire have taken notice of this and have asked certainly the Bradford group to advise them on the design of new timetables and how people could read them. So we could probably argue that they've had some sort of impact. But I think most of the groups that I've worked with have really enjoyed working on this, and we're still getting requests from other groups to make banners for them. So I think you'd like to say it's been quite successful.